Hello and welcome to episode number 92 of WITM, where it's time for another edition of 205 Live, and for pretty much the first time since I believe it is the first time since Andrew was forced to surrender his Universal title, or at least, okay. It's not the first time because we did hear from Andrew immediately when he surrendered his Universal title and decided to remain on 205 Live as well as go to NXT. But since Andrew has started wrestling on NXT as well as remaining on 205 Live, we have not heard from Andrew. We will hear from him now. He is on his way to the ring. So let's hear what Andrew has to say. And now that I know that the R2 button is essentially a play button when I hold it down, I'll be using that method to do these promos. Andrew speaks. The past month or so has been eventful for me, to say the least. I became Universal Champion, again was forced to surrender it. I lost my Cruiserweight title just short of making history, and last week myself and Austin took quite a beatdown on NXT, and a loss by the hands of the Authors of Pain. Not exactly a banner month, but despite all that, I'm keeping my head held up high. I can't help but stay happy. Because now more than ever, I am seeing the change that has needed to happen in the WWE. When I created ECW about 4 years ago, a lot of people took it as an act of defiance against the WWE. And in a lot of ways, it was. But what it was more than anything was an effort by myself and others who love the WWE, and more than that, love wrestling, to make WWE a better place for us, the wrestlers, and most importantly, you, the WWE Universe. So when I saw Oney Lorcan's hand lifted as he was handed that Cruiserweight Championship a few weeks ago, or the Authors of Pain's hands raised last week, sure it was a loss for me, but in a way, taking nothing away from those talented performers, it was kind of a win for me too. Because myself, everyone in that locker room have demanded change. And now more than ever, we are witnessing the fruits of our labors when we see extremely talented people like Oney Lorcan, like the Authors of Pain, like Jack Gallagher, like Kurt Hawkins, like Serena, like Ember Moon, get an opportunity to shine and prove that they belong here. The future of wrestling is now, and believe me, the present and future of the WWE lies in 205 Live and NXT, and I couldn't be happier to be part of it. So in no way do I view myself leaving Raw and coming to NXT and remaining on 205 Live as a demotion, because I get to witness that present and future firsthand. That being said, I too want to be part of this history, and I have my eyes set on that WWE Cruiserweight Championship, where I hope to have an even more historic reign. And to myself and Austin's opponents tonight, #DIY, you've proven your future is bright. But in no way will we take this match or any match easy on you. May the best tag team win. Alright, so for the first time, Andrew speaks for the first time since he was forced to surrender that Universal title, since he started wrestling on NXT and remaining on 205 Live, and since he surrendered the Universal title, lost the Cruiserweight title, and suffered and were annihilated a few days ago by the Authors of Pain. Andrew speaks and he says he does not view coming down to NXT as a demotion and remaining on 205 Live because he gets to witness firsthand the future of wrestling. Yeah, Andrew playing a big part in the future of wrestling, not just with the movement and changes that started with him resurrecting ECW. We've seen changes such as the ranking system from ECW being carried over to Raw and SmackDown and all the other WWE shows. We're seeing, which has created opportunities for people he mentioned, people like Oney Lorcan, Jack Gallagher, the current number one contender to the U.S. title, Kurt Hawkins, Serena and Ember Moon, who have been main eventing NXT and blowing the roof off the place. A lot of that has had to do with and is in large part thanks to Andrew and of course the WWE Universe, who have demanded change in the WWE. And like Andrew said, we are seeing that happen more than ever, with people like Oney Lorcan getting a chance to become Cruiserweight Champion, the Authors of Pain shining on NXT, Serena, Ember Moon, people like Kurt Hawkins getting an opportunity to resurrect a career that everybody pretty much thought was dead. A lot of that is in large part thanks to Andrew and of course the WWE Universe for demanding change in the WWE, like he mentioned. Now following those words from Andrew, he has a match to wrestle, and it's going to be the AA Hardcore Cruisers taking on #DIY in a few moments. And I do not remember if I did the intro scene off camera or not. I don't believe I did, so if that's the case, then let's watch the intro package.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Raw. We aim to please here, folks. This is Raw. We're ringside here in Middle America, Indianapolis, to be precise. Coming to you live from beautiful downtown Indianapolis. Don't change that dial, because we have an action-packed WWE match card tonight. Stay right where you are, because this has the potential to be one of the best nights in WWE history. I look at this card and my mouth starts to water. Singles action coming your way. We have one of our breakout talents in a match that will be etched in the record books.
All right, so we start off this 205 Live with the NXT champion Noam Dar taking on one of those men Andrew mentioned who has been on fire, getting lots of opportunities, Jack Gallagher, but he will take a loss from the NXT champion Noam Dar. Another man who has shined getting opportunities they may have not gotten before. Kalisto defeats TJ Perkins. Sin Cara defeats Akira Tozawa. Hideo Itami defeats Oney Lorcan and Neville. So Hideo Itami will move up 2 spots in the Cruiserweight Championship rankings with that non-title victory. Aria Davari defeats Lince Dorado. And now here we go with our episode 92 match. It's the main event of 205 Live. It's going to be elimination tag action. And it's going to be the rivalry continuing. Another rivalry we will likely see visited. That will likely be a candidate to win voting for Rivalry of the Year in our first WITM Slammies. Hashtag DIY and the AA Hardcore Cruisers. They've put on great matches before, and it's been the AA Hardcore Cruisers the majority of the time coming out as the victors. Will they be the victors again, or will we see another up-and-coming team make a statement against the AA Hardcore Cruisers and pull out a victory? Let's find out in our episode 92 match.
Buckle up, because we have a contest that's going to blow the roof off this place.
Don't buckle up. To hell with it.
We have a team led by a real fan favorite against a tuned group of combatants.
Mark my words, this one's going to be absolutely incredible.
The following tag team contest is an elimination tag team match. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 364 pounds, the Psycho Thomas O. Champ and Johnny Gianfranco.
And the tag team scene has been on fire of late here in WWE. And I think we're about to see another hot one.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a better tag team match than we're about to see here.
And their opponents first, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 202 pounds, AA, Austin Harris.
The combination of these two competitors looks nearly unstoppable. Oh, man, I'm really looking forward to this tag team match.
And his partner, from Grand Rapids, Michigan, weighing in at 165 pounds, Andrew.
And the tag team scene has been on fire of late here in WWE. And I think we're about to see another hot one. These teams looking to make a mark here in the tag team division.
Alright, so Andrew, with an inspiring promo talking about the future of the WWE, will definitely a future,
Well, we can all talk until we're blue in the face, but the
a
only
big
thing that
part of the
matters is what
future
happens inside the
of
ring.
WWE's tag team division
Right here. But hey, all I
is
know that we
hashtag
should celebrate and
DIY.
enjoy.
I'm sure it's only a matter of time before we see them wrestling in the tag team divisions of Raw or SmackDown if they choose to forfeit their 205 Live eligibility to do so. They've had great matches with the WWE Hardcore Cruisers, coming up just short of defeating them. Will this be the night they pull off that victory? Knee to the face of Aries by Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa starting off for DIY. Austin Aries starting off for the WWE Hardcore Cruisers. Mixing up a little bit from where it's usually Gargano starting for DIY and Andrew starting for the Cruisers. And now Gargano is in the ring. DDT. Misses with a grapple attempt. Stomp to the arm. Another stomp to the arm. Elbow drop to the ankle. Gargano looking to take flight up to the top turnbuckle. He wants Aries on his feet.
He's starting to stagger a bit.
And the head scissors connects. Stomp to the elbow. Another stomp to the elbow. Goes for cover. Is it going to be a very quick elimination for DIY? No, Aries powers out at 1.5. To the arm. Spinning back fist connects. In just 2 days, we will have an actual official model of Austin Aries. On the 17th is Martin Luther King Day, is the day that, today being the 15th as this recording, in 2 days the NXT Future Stars DLC pack releases Austin Aries will be part of that DLC pack, so this may be the last match we see of Akaw Aries. Then we will have Aries official Titantrons, Sidetrons, and entrance, and of course a better looking Austin Aries, so as well as Gallows and Anderson, Mojo Rawley, and NXT's Ty Dillinger, so I'm pretty excited for that. Anyway, back to the in-ring action. Andrew with the stump puller on Gargano. Reversal by Gargano.
Now that's the type of move that sends a message to an opponent.
Yeah, and that's a message you don't want to receive.
That move should do it. I mean, this should have been over a while ago. Come on.
And a nice DDT there by Andrew. Andrew, springboard leg drop connects, launching himself halfway across the ring. Stomp to the arm. Reversal by Gargano.
Expanding the repertoire with that.
Sit out, powerbomb connects. Forces Andrew to his feet. Huge clothesline connects. We saw Gargano try to hit that so many times in their meeting last week and fail, but it hit this time. Reversal by Gargano. Andrew with an elbow. Leg sweep, forcing Gargano in the corner. Now has him up on the top turnbuckle. What does Andrew have in mind? Top rope DDT connects. Stomp to the back. Now mounted punches. Forces Gargano to his feet. Rolling knee bar locked in. And Gargano is able to break the hold. Punch by Gargano forces Andrew on the ropes, but reversal by Andrew gets him out of the ropes and connects with a flat line. Goes for a cover. Do we have our first elimination? Very nearly we see our first elimination in this match, but Gargano powers out at 2.5. Ciampa in the ring now. Connects with a variation of the code breaker and returns to the apron. Gargano, the legal man for DIY. Andrew, the legal man for the Hardcore Cruisers. Andrew's thinking about giving Ciampa a little bit of payback, but instead he'll tag in Austin Aries. Andrew with an armbar locked in. But a nice reversal by Gargano. Irish whip in the corner. Forces Gargano to the top rope. Reversal by Gargano. Head scissors connect. Stomp to the shoulder. Forces Aries to his feet. Connects with that huge clothesline. We're having a lot more success with that maneuver than he did last week. Reversal by Aries. Reversal by Gargano. Connects with the punch. And Aries somehow just trips and falls down and then glitches into a suplex. We're seeing a little bit of glitches here. Irish whip into the corner by Aries. Double team attack by the Hardcore Cruisers, leading to a cover by Andrew. And Gargano powers out at 2.
This match has been 100 miles per hour since the opening bell.
Reversal by Gargano.
This is a great matchup. I'm loving it.
Focusing on the chest now.
Punch by Gargano. Irish whip in the corner. Gargano been in the ring for quite some time now. Takes a strategy for DIY is to keep just one man in the ring so that when Gargano is eliminated, the Hardcore Cruisers will have a fresh Ciampa to face. Well, never mind. Gargano makes the tag to Ciampa. Our trip into the corner. Reversal by Andrew. Andrew attacking the ankle of Ciampa and goes for a cover. Even with a fresh Ciampa, near gets a 2 count.
I just can't get over the physicality of this.
Andrew attacks the ankle. Andrew hops over Ciampa. He's looking to take flight. He's up to the top rope. Connects with the frog splash. Misses with the roundhouse. Ciampa. Russian leg sweep. Now Ciampa wants to take flight.
And there's some more emotion on display.
There's a drop kick. Nice
Connects
move.
with the drop kick.
Drop kick's very nice.
For the leg.
He may have discovered his favorite move.
You think? He seems to use it often enough. He gets out of trouble there.
Andrew fires up the WWE Universe.
I don't think there are two teams I'd rather see square off against each other right now. This is amazing.
Forces Ciampa to his feet.
This is it. Here he goes.
Locks in the rolling knee bar.
There's the submission hold. He's in the
We have our
driver's
first
seat now.
elimination.
He's gotta do whatever
It's
he
locked
can
in
here
well.
to try to break this hold.
We may have
God, there was nothing accurate
seen him
about that attempt at offense.
Ciampa tap out in the first elimination, but Gargano makes the save.
Other words to describe what we just witnessed.
Ciampa still the legal man. Andrew taking care of
As his body is
Gargano.
driven to the mat.
Ciampa try to crawl over the ropes, get back to his feet.
Not this. He's looking at it again.
Andrew on the ropes hits the flat line.
There's the cover. Can he do it?
Think he's got him.
Gargano cannot get to his feet to break the cover in time, and now he stands alone against both hardcore cruisers.
And I think he's begging him to bring it.
Andrew is the legal man for the hardcore cruisers.
And he hits the drop kick. What
Springboard
a
drop kick connects.
And there's a tag.
Now Andrew tags in Austin Aries. Power trip in the corner.
And he reversed it.
Reversal by Gargano. Leg sweep connects.
Take out the back here.
Forces Aries on his stomach. Reversal by Aries.
Taking quite a beating here.
Reversal by
Looks like
Gargano.
he's in no man's land here. He needs to be able to put things back together here.
Reversal by Aries.
This is a dangerous position to be in.
Goes for cover.
Here we go for the win.
Think they got him.
And Gargano powers out at 2. Aries targeting the arm, but Gargano reverses with his one free arm and connects with that huge clothesline.
Been awesome.
He's had 3 for 3 in that maneuver with that maneuver in this
I'm
match.
not sure he can get back to his feet.
Going to the apron, springboard splash connects. Stomp to the back of the head. Reversal by Aries.
That's the first time tonight we've seen
Forces
that.
Gargano to his
I wouldn't
feet.
mind seeing it a little more often.
Reversal by Gargano. Misses with a spinning back fist. Trip into the hardcore cruiser's corner.
Reversal.
Reversal by Gargano.
There's a stiff
Again connects to that clothesline. 4 for 4.
This is the
Stomp
type
to
of
the
attack
shoulder.
that just wears down an opponent.
Yeah, and you can see it working right here.
Reversal by Aries.
He's delivering an old-fashioned
Enziguri connects.
kicking right here.
And looking for the last chancery and the victory. It's locked in.
This could do it. Oh man, does that look painful?
But quickly Gargano breaks the hold.
What sheer determination. We know what this is.
Gargano
What a move.
connects with a powerbomb into a cover. Is he going to essentially make this a singles match? Very nearly does. Now turns it over into a submission. Impressive maneuver.
Watch it. What strength.
But Aries reverses. Andrew, not the legal man, by attacking Gargano, the referee allowing it. But now Andrew returns to the apron. And And Gargano gets a measure of revenge, spears Andrew off of the apron as Andrew flies near the announce table. Aries, the legal man for the Hardcore Cruisers, reverses with an elbow. Gargano connects again with that clothesline.
Does this building have a curfew? I feel like we've
Kick to the back.
all night. What a beating.
Gargano attacks the leg, tries to fire up the WWE Universe. Reversal by Aries.
He's going for it all.
This could be it.
Forces Aries,
This match has taken so much
or
out of this
Aries
guy.
up to the
He's
top
not gonna
rope.
give up. But man,
He's likely
this
thinking
has been
450
physical.
splash, but Gargano crawls away. So Aries will now
Yeah, I wonder what the
go
views
back
like
to the
up
top
there.
turnbuckle.
He needs to dig way down deep if he wants
And
to keep
again,
going now.
Gargano, great ring awareness, sees it coming and crawls away.
If his back wasn't hurt before, it's
That powerbomb into a cover right in front of Andrew. Andrew got caught on the ropes there. Still a foot caught on the ropes.
Record with that move.
Reversal.
Andrew's feet are having a seizure.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
Anyway, Aries was thinking brainbuster for the win,
He's looking
but
to put his
Gargano
opponent right here.
reversed it. Let's try that again. This time it
I
connects.
can't believe he can still go like that.
But Aries is low on stamina. Can he make the cover? Now he goes for the cover.
Let's do this.
And it's a Hardcore Cruisers victory. They sweep the match 2-0.
Here are your winners, AA Austin Harris and Andrew.
Big victory for him here in this one.
Wow. When you pick up a pinfall victory over somebody like that, you've done something right.
Well, that was indeed a great match. And I think it's worth emphasizing how huge this victory is.
Alright, so that was an awkward victory scene. Switching things up a little bit, Aries gets to rotate this time instead of Andrew, and the camera work was all over the place. But anyways, it is a victory for the AA Hardcore Cruisers. And since that match counts in the NXT Tag Team Division rankings, they should get back to that #1 contendership slot that they lost following their loss to the Authors of Pain. Alright, and speaking of rankings, it is time for a rankings update. And then it is time for SmackDown's next pay-per-view, Backlash. Corey will likely be on the outside looking in, not appearing on Backlash, at least not in a title match. He could possibly get on in a fatal 4-way, or if the game decides that he has earned a rematch with Sheamus for the Intercontinental title. We will see in just a few moments, but first let's do our rankings update for the end of the week. Give me just a moment. Alright, so we start off with Raw. Starting off with the Raw women. Liv Morgan defeated Paige. Morgan moves up to 6. Paige falls to the very bottom, number 9. Braun Strowman, or why am I going straight to singles? I guess because it was next on the list. It was the next match anyway. Alright, that was it for Raw Women. So now we go to the Raw Tag Teams. I'll get the hang of this eventually. Alright. The Wyatt family, represented by Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, defeated Kingston and Woods of the New Day. So Wyatt's move up to 2. New Day falls to 2. So the Wyatt families are now the number 1 contenders to the Hype Bros Raw Tag Team titles. Speaking of the Hype Bros, they defeated Enzo and Cass. So Enzo and Cass fall to 5. And that does it for the Raw Tag Team title rankings. Now we can go to the U.S. title rankings. Braun Strowman defeated Curtis Axel. Strowman moves up to 17. Axel remains at the bottom, number 21. Miz defeated Apollo Crews. However, Kurt Hawkins had a victory as well, so Miz remains at number 2. Crews falls to 16. As I just mentioned, Kurt Hawkins had a victory over Rusev. He remains number 1 contender to the U.S. title. And Rusev falls to number 13. Dolph Ziggler defeated Dean Ambrose with a non-title victory. So Ziggler moves up to number 6, earning 2 spots up in the rankings with the non-title victory. And that does it for Raw. Moving on to SmackDown Live, starting with the SmackDown Women. Nikki Bella got a non-title victory over Eva Marie. That's good for 2 slots up in the rankings. So she'll move up to number 2. And that does it for the SmackDown Women. Oh, I spoke too soon. Charlotte defeated Alicia Fox. Charlotte moves up to 4. Alicia Fox remains at the bottom, number 7. Now, for the SmackDown Tag Team Division. Cesaro and Sheamus defeated Beauty and the Man Beast. So, Beauty and the Man Beast falls to number 2. That means the Shining Stars are number 1 contenders to SmackDown Tag Titles. And just in time for Backlash, they'll likely get a SmackDown Tag Team title shot. And that does it for the SmackDown Tag Teams. Now, in singles action. Roman Reigns defeated Mark Henry, Kane, and Jinder Mahal. So, Reigns moves up to 3. Kane falls to 3, so Reigns actually moves up to number 2. Jinder Mahal falls to 11, and Mark Henry's in the WWE title rankings. And he'll remain at number 9. Corey defeated Finn Balor. So Corey moves up to number 4. So, which means he most likely will not get an Intercontinental title shot, because even if it's a fatal 4-way, it would likely be Sheamus, Cesaro, Roman Reigns, and Kane. But we will find out what happens in mere moments. Balor falls to 8. And Randy Orton defeated Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn in non-title action. Zayn falls to 6. And then in the WWE title rankings, Orton is champion. Rollins falls to 5. Corey moves up to 8. Or 7, rather. Because he would move up in both the WWE and Intercontinental title rankings with a victory. And Rollins falls to 6. So Corey will, unless something happens at Backlash, they'll knock him down 2 spots, and I doubt that will happen. It looks like Corey will remain in the WWE Championship picture following Backlash. Mark Henry will likely drop down to the mid-card. Alright, now for the NXT rankings, starting with the NXT women. Anna defeated Summer Rae and Nikki Cross. Anna moves up to 4. Summer Rae falls to 7, and Nikki Cross falls to 8. Serena defeated Ember Moon, so Ember Moon falls to number 2, making Mandy Rose, who got the previous NXT Women's title shot against Serena, in line and control of her own destiny for a rematch in the number 1 contendership. In the NXT Tag Title rankings, we had no NXT tag match. I thought, didn't Authors of Pain face the AA Hardcore Cruisers? Did I not write that down? Yes, they did. I must not have wrote that down. Okay, well, the Authors of Pain did defeat the AA Hardcore Cruisers, so they fall to 2, making Breezango the number 1 contenders to the NXT tag titles. And so Breezango may soon find themselves back on the main roster. They were demoted earlier in the year. And that does it for NXT tag action and singles action. Bobby Roode defeated Brian Kendrick. Roode moves up to 6. Kendrick falls to 12. Ho Ho Lun defeated Bo Dallas, Akira Tozawa, and Ty Dillinger. Lun moves up to 8. Tozawa falls to 11, and Dillinger falls to 27. Jack Gallagher defeated TJ Perkins. Gallagher moves up to 2. Perkins falls to 23. Noam Dar defeated Hideo Itami. Itami falls to 14. And that does it for NXT. For the Raw portion of main event, Baron Corbin defeated Darren Young. Corbin moves up to 11. Young falls to 20. Dolph Ziggler defeated Rusev. Ziggler moves up to 5. Rusev falls to 14. And we also had one tag team match. The Hype Bros defeated Enzo and Cass. So it remains the same. Hype Bros are tag team champions. Enzo and Cass remain at the bottom, number 5. They may find themselves back in NXT where they just no longer had to participate, which they no longer had to participate in when they lost their NXT tag team titles. On the SmackDown portion of the main event, the Shining Stars defeated the Golden Truth, so they will remain in that number 1 contendership slot. Golden Truth remain at the bottom, number 6. Big Show defeated Kane, so Kane falls to 4. That's good news for Corey. That means if there was a number 1 contender, a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental title, Corey would be involved. He's now at number 3. And Big Show moves up to number 6. Sami Zayn defeated Jinder Mahal, so Zayn moves up to 6. Actually, Zayn moves up to 6, so that means Big Show moves up to 5. And Jinder Mahal falls to 12. So he'll likely drop down. Jinder Mahal likely will be dropping down to NXT. And that does it for the NXT, for the main event SmackDown rankings. Now for 205 Live. Starting with tag team action. The AA Hardcore Cruisers defeat hashtag DIY. That will, as I mentioned before, put them back in the number 1 contendership slot. DIY falls to number 6. In the Cruiserweight title rankings, Noam Dar defeated Jack Gallagher. He remains number 1 contender. Gallagher falls to 4. That's good news for Andrew. He'll move up to number 3. Kalisto defeated TJ Perkins. Kalisto moves up to 13. Perkins falls to 21. Sin Cara defeats Akira Tozawa. Sin Cara moves up to 22. Tozawa falls to 10. Hideo Itami defeated Oni, Lorcan, and Neville. So that's an untitled victory. Itami moves up to 10. Lorcan is champion. And Neville falls to 20. Rita Vari defeated Lince Dorado, but Noam Dar won as well, so he remains at number 2. And Dorado falls to 8, and that does it for the rankings. Now we can take a look at that Backlash card and see if Corey will be on it. Otherwise, we'll send to Raw. Alright, so let's see what matches we have on this Backlash card. A SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. Big Show takes on Cesaro. Alexa Bliss takes on Alicia Fox. Sami Zayn takes on Jinder Mahal. We have a 6-woman match. Hell in a Cell. There, now there's a history-making match. A 6-woman Hell in a Cell. Between just about every woman on the SmackDown Live women's roster. Billie Kay, Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, Aaliyah, Charlotte, and the defending SmackDown Women's Champion Eva Marie. So she'll only have about a 16-17% chance of walking out of that match still SmackDown Women's Champion. Then we have a steel cage match between Seth Rollins and Mark Henry. A 6-man elimination chamber that includes just about everybody but Corey. Between Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Sheamus, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and Rhino. And Corey's in the main event. It's a Hell in a Cell match, but it is not for a title. However, looks like Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan want to see Corey prove himself and prove that he belongs in that main event picture, giving him an unusual non-title main event. But it's a Hell in a Cell against Kane. And if Corey can defeat the big red machine, the Demon Kane, instead of Hell in a Cell, I would think that would go a long way towards proving Corey belongs in the main event scene and possibly getting title opportunities. So the Intercontinental title will not be defended by Sheamus, neither will the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Alright, so let's... And I'm not going to We'll start this Backlash card and send the title matches and non-title matches in the next episode, as well as have Corey versus Kane. So that is going to do it for episode number 92. Episode 93, it's the Backlash SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view, and the main event is Corey versus Kane, Holy Warrior versus Demon, inside of Hell in a Cell. That is going to be a good one. Until then, this is Corey, signing off.